Go on. Everybody's been arguing a little bit here today.
Well,
and I didn't start
I wouldn't say everybody.
Kicked it off.
I did not kick it off.
Yes, you did.
I did not kick it off.
I don't want to point the finger, but...
Dan Thomas ways.
No. You made an argument for Xabi Alonso to pretty much go to Bayern right now, and then you made the same...
Whoa. I made an argument for to go where?
Why he should have maybe gone to Bayern with the chance coming now, right?
I never said that at all.
Or Liverpool. Did you or did you not?
You need to go and watch this back.
Did you or did you not
I didn't even mention
that these
I'm going
options
to
don't
Bayern
come around
Munich.
again?
I never mentioned it to anybody other than Liverpool.
Right, OK. But then you
Well,
said
you're just
that...
talking about Bayern.
Oh, so it's Liverpool you meant, right?
You talked about him going to Bayern. What are you talking about?
Bayern and Liverpool in for Xabi Alonso. But then when we asked you, have Liverpool lost out by Xabi Alonso not going? You pretty much made the point of why he shouldn't go.
You said have Liverpool lost out. So my answer was based on have Liverpool lost out. I never even mentioned Bayern Munich.
Rewind the tape. Rewind the tape and you guys can go to
Yeah,
it.
clean your ears out. I said clean your ears out.
What?
Hey?
Even if you were here, none of this would be going on.
I was going to say, I feel like I need to get back over there.
Yeah, you do need to get back over here. And it's not worth arguing with Steve.
Hey, Kieran, get over here and sit there.
Right, first question.
I don't know if Kieran appreciates the fact that when you're sitting next to Stevie and when he gets going, the first automatic move is this. And then lean forward. It's like,
yeah, I know the lean. I feel the lean. I can feel it.
It's trademark. This is trademark.
Shaka said it the other day that you were all ready to answer.
yeah. It's on the blocks. You're on the blocks, Stevie.
All right, hold on. I'll try and sit back a bit.
Oh, that's not going to work, and it's not going to last.
OK, first question. For all, should more managers take
here
a
we go.
similar approach to what Xabi Alonso is choosing to do? Staying at a club that you've built some success with instead of jumping ship to a bigger club when it's not a guarantee that things will work out?
No.
That's it?
Oh, should they? No. For all the reasons I said.
Why?
Because he's... Honestly, it's the way people are talking is as if every 6 months or every other day or every other week you get offered one of the biggest jobs in football. Real Madrid, Liverpool and Bayern Munich. I mean, 3 of the biggest jobs in football. They don't come along every day. They don't. And so when you get an opportunity... OK, as I said in the show, I understand... All right, I've only been coaching for 12 months, blah, blah, I might not be ready, blah, blah. I mean, OK, all right, I get all that. Everybody gets that. But the most important thing is, if you turn that down, you might never get it again.
You didn't need him at Liverpool anyway, though.
Who said that? See, there we go.
Stevie!
You need your filter sorted out.
How worried are you that you may lose your bet with Kieran?
Well, let's be honest, right?
By the way, you're back. You're back.
Aye. Sorry, I'll sit back. Sorry, hold on, I'll sit back. Right, let's be honest, right? If you went to the bookies and said, I want to put a bet on, right? I'm going to take Man City or Liverpool and you can have Arsenal. What kind of odds would I get? I wouldn't get good odds, would I? So, of course, I'm happy. I've got 2 of the 3 runners. So I've got 2 chances of winning this. He's only got 1. So, clearly, I'm in the best position. And they're playing Man City on Sunday. Absolutely, I'm in the pole seat. I am. I'm in the final furlong. I'm getting ready. I'm looking behind me and I can't see anybody coming. That's what I am.
We should have asked that question the other way round. It should have been, Kieran, how worried are you that you may lose your bet with Stevie?
Do you know what? It was a wild bet. It was a wild bet. I got caught up in the moment. You know, to go against every other team in the Premier League was silly. But, you know, the position that I've got myself in now, really. I'd happily take a double or quit if you want one, Stevie, at this point.
Nah, I don't need the money. You're all
right. Kieran, simple question. Would you prefer Arsenal not winning the remainder of their Premier League games, but they win the Champions League, or beat City this Sunday, then win the Prem, but buy and win the Champions League tie against Arsenal 10-0 on aggregate?
All right.
Moving parts.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
I would take the Prem. I would take the Prem this year, just because I feel that will shift the narrative completely over the club, and it will give Arsenal a platform to actually. I think that if they win it this season, that they could go and dominate for a number of seasons. So I'm going to take the Prem.
Even with the 10-0 loss.
Even with the 10-0 loss.
But, you know, they've never won Champions League. I'm just saying, it's never happened.
We also have another little gripe to pick up with Kieran. Kieran, what was your prediction for the weekend, City and Arsenal?
It was 1-1.
1-1. Is this a must-win, though, for you, for Arsenal?
No, it's not a must-win. It's not a must-win. I'll take a draw all day.
And not just a must-not-lose?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think they lose.
You know who really likes that result? Liverpool.
Yes, please.
This guy.
Twice on Sunday. Oh, it is Sunday.
Yeah.
For Kieran, what is the key matchup that will decide the Man City-Arsenal game?
I'm gonna go middle of the park. I mean, if I'm to pick one player against one player, then I'm gonna say probably De Bruyne and Declan Rice, because I think if you look at the game last season at the Etihad, there was too many times that the game became so open for Arsenal, and City were just able to just drive at the back four of Arsenal, and it just caused them way too many problems. And I think that with Declan in there, he has the ability to nullify a lot of those City attacks. And then obviously De Bruyne is always at the heart of Man City's attack. So I think if Declan has, you know, one of his outstanding, I mean, he's been outstanding all season, but if he has another outstanding game, I think he will be the key to defending, you know, Arsenal's back line and giving them a chance of getting a result.
Roy, my question to Ali Moreno, what are the key factors that can lead Real Madrid to overcome the challenges against Manchester City in both legs?
Carlo, listen to me. Look, listen. We got to hang on to the ball, baby. We cannot give them the ball. But guess what? They're going to keep the ball. And so if they keep the ball, then we got to defend. But our two center backs are out. Okay, and our goalkeeper, yeah, he was supposed to come back, but no, that knee's not where it needs to be, so he's injured, he's not coming back. That means that we're defending with what is not our first choice in terms of team selection. We have no chances what that is. Carlo, we have no chance. We have no chance. We got to hang on and hang on and hang on defensively and hope that we can force turnovers in bad areas and catch Manchester City on the counter. And if we do, Vini's got to be at his best. Bellingham's got to be at his best. Rodrigo's got to be at his best. Joselu's got to be at his best. Maybe we have a chance, Carlo. Maybe we do.
You know they're going to make a lot of you saying we.
He's talking about Real Madrid, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I know.
You sure you don't mixed up with Real Betis?
What's that?
You think they've got as little chance as what you've just said?
Yeah, but then I turned it around. Didn't you see then? It was dramatic, Stevie.
Oh, you lost me back.
An inspirational speech from Moreno.
Actually, you know where I went? Where I went was just get one of the managers to say the same speech to both teams, because Pep could say that as well. That's where I went. That's why I missed the last bit.
Okay.
Just telling you.
What I was saying is that people would be saying that they didn't have a chance, and then that's what you use if you're Real Madrid, because there is an opportunity, slim as it may be, there is an opportunity to trouble.
I can't imagine Real Madrid very often. The team talk is, they don't rate us, they don't think we're very good. Yeah, we're party poopers, let's go and spoil the party. What? I can't imagine Real Madrid have done that a lot, Reece. Have they?
Yeah, but they
last 30 years.
But they got destroyed by Manchester City last season in Champions League.
I know.
A better version of Real Madrid, mind you.
I know, but City's got the problems as well.
All right.
That they didn't have then.
Who's going to win the tie?
I think City are favourites, but I wouldn't suggest that Real Madrid have all of a sudden turned into Real Betis.
Oh.
Okay.
Would be my argument.
Why do you hate Betis? Huh?
I don't hate Betis.
Oh,
I think they're
like
a lovely
like
club. They're a lovely family club, but unfortunately...
Family club.
Stevie, it doesn't say this, but I'm just going to say, now that it's not going to be Xabi Alonso, who would you rather as Liverpool coach? De Zerbi, Thomas Frank, Amorim or Nagelsmann?
Where's De Zerbi? Oh, he is from... Yeah. Of those names, I would feel more confident right now with De Zerbi for the main fact that he knows what the Premier League's about and he knows what Liverpool's about, or he's certainly been closer to it because of his time in the Premier League. So I would suggest De Zerbi, out of all of those names,
Okay,
I would be more confident of getting success.
Who's next on that list?
Well, I don't think Thomas Frank's the answer, I'll be honest. I think he's done a great job with Brentford, but he's not the answer. I quite like the way that Amorim plays the game as well. I would go with Amorim after De Zerbi. Nagelsmann worries me that his time in Germany, a lot of the talk was about how he changes things all the time. There's one thing to try things, but there comes a point where you've got to figure out the best solutions generally that work. You can't just keep changing and changing and changing. So I would go De Zerbi, I would go Amorim, I would go then Nagelsmann and then Thomas Frank.
You know what worries me about Nagelsmann, if I were a Liverpool fan, is that I feel like Julian Nagelsmann is the sort of guy that can get in a boardroom and give you one heck of a presentation. And I mean one heck of a presentation. It's PowerPoint everywhere and slides and the thing, and he can talk yourself to death to the point to where you're like, wow, this guy really knows. And he really has the answers.
Do you know what? I think there'll be too many clubs fall for that. I just get the feeling that Liverpool, the way they're going about it is, we're not interested in all that. We know what you do. All the proofs in black and white on the paper. We're going to decide who we take, and we're not going to be getting swayed by somebody giving a bullet point presentation.
Well, I hope
They're
not.
going to decide this is our guy, and that's it. Without all that nonsense.
I love those bullet point presentations.
You wouldn't believe the amount of people that get jobs because of that who don't know what they're talking about when it comes to playing football.
not just a flipboard like you, Steve.
Oh, seriously.
Okay, Kieran, everybody is raving about Kobbie Mainoo. Isn't it fair that Ten Hag should be given credit for his role in developing and nurturing young talent?
I mean, he should be given credit, but I don't think he had much of a choice because of the state that Man United were in. However, I will say that I think he definitely is the real deal, Kobbie Mainoo. I've really liked him ever since he's come into the Man United team. Super talent. I think he's going to have an illustrious career and international level and club level. So it's really good to see. I think he's probably we haven't seen a player like him in an England team in particular for a long, long time. I would say decades. I mean, Jack Wilshere was probably the closest type of player towards him. And unfortunately, he just injuries let him down. But I think that with Kobbie, he has the ability to really change this national team, and it's exciting to see. Really exciting.
He did a couple of turns in the international break and during those matches in really tight spaces. It's Wembley, it's national team, it's Brazil or Belgium or whoever it may be, and it's like it doesn't matter who he's playing against, and that sort of personality, that sort of confidence, and then it's one thing to have confidence, but some of these young players sometimes have hollow confidence because they can't quite produce performances consistently. And what I like about Kobbie Mainoo more than anything else is there's a level of consistency. Not only is there quality, not only is there confidence, but there's consistency to his performances. I'm with Kieran. I think this guy's great.
Why did you scoff at the question?
Well, I'll tell you why. Because I'm with everybody else. Kobbie Mainoo has been an absolute breath of fresh air. And again, I was thinking the same things watching England against Brazil. Some of the things he did for a kid in his first game, pretty much. And it's Brazil at Wembley, full house. But the bit I was scoffing at is, if that's the case, why did Ten Hag, halfway through the season, bring in Amrabat to play in the middle of the park? If he saw this kid was so good, why did he bring in Amrabat? Can somebody enlighten me? Because if he clearly saw this kid was that good, why would he bring in Amrabat halfway through the season? That's my point about trying to give Ten Hag credit. I mean, the kid deserves most of the credit for himself because he's been put in a bad team and he's absolutely helped them. And for a kid of his age and his lack of experience to step on the field at Old Trafford in a Man United jersey with the expectation of that and produce what he has done, I'm sorry, most of it's down to the kid himself.
And by the way, not only step into Old Trafford Manchester United jersey, but with the house on fire, right? With pressure, with needing to get results, and people looking at you like, well, I guess he's the solution now. And to actually be part of the solution instead of being part of the problem, that says a lot about the player.
Yeah, looks like it's happening the same for the England team as well with Gareth Southgate. Okay. This could be the solution.
Okay.
All right, for Kieran, rank these Arsenal number 7s. Bukayo Saka, Alexis Sanchez, Thomas Rosicky and Robert Pires.
I'm going to go Robert Pires, Saka, Sanchez, Rosicky.
Okay.
See, that's a tough question. So, in terms of importance, let's change the question around. In terms of importance to the team, you have to go with Saka. Arsenal are a completely different team without Saka. That Arsenal team that Pires played in, if he didn't play, they still have won the Premier League, they still have won all the trophies. So it's a tough question, that. As great as Robert Pires was, it's hard to look past Bukayo Saka in terms of importance, right?
Is that how you rank it then when it comes to importance and rather than just the individual?
Well, no, because there's different ways to look at it. You know, there's the best player who scored the most goals, but as far as importance to the team, that's why I'm saying Robert Pires wasn't as important to that Arsenal team he played in as Bukayo Saka is in importance to this Arsenal team right now.
That's all right. I'm taking Alexis Sanchez above all of them, but there you go. And
he was brilliant and all. Right.
It's just he was in some ways unfortunate that he didn't quite have the structure of a team around him back then that Arsenal does now. Alexis Sanchez, people forget how good he was for Arsenal and how at times it was Alexis Sanchez and 10 other players because of how productive and important and 1v1 situation, creating chances for himself, for others. When you played against that team, he was really focused on trying to stop Alexis Sanchez, and you stop a lot of what Arsenal does.
Last question is for Kieran, although it's a nice one for all of you. Kieran, who's the one opponent you faced that always gave you a problem?
I'm going to say Eden Hazard.
Tell us more. Tell us why.
He was the best player I've played against in my whole career. He was just unstoppable. He was one of the players that before we would come up against Chelsea as a team, and we never really used to speak about individual opponents at all. He's the one player that the whole team would be talking about, which tells you a lot, because you know the players that I was playing with at that time were, you know, at the top of their game and playing at a very, very high level. So I mean, that season, I don't know when it was, 2015 maybe, 2015 I think, where he basically just won the league. He was just unbelievable. It was virtuoso. He single-handedly carried Chelsea to a Premier League title that season, and you just couldn't get near him. You just couldn't get near him.
There was a 2 or 3 year period within Hazard in which 1v1 situations, he slowed you down and then would cut to the inside or go to the outside or take you on or whatever, and you couldn't do anything. He was and I'm not afraid in saying this, in that 2 or 3 year period of time, he was the best player in the whole wide world in 1v1 situation and the sort of duels that as a defender you had no chance, and you knew you had no chance, and he knew you had no chance. Then after that, I don't know. We lost him. But for that period of time, he was some kind of special.
Is there anyone that stands out in terms of opponents that you faced that were always a problem?
Every centre back ever in the history of mankind.
Anybody with pace.
Yes.
Stevie, same question.
Told you, Gordillo, what was his first name?
Gordillo, yes.
What was his first name?
I don't remember his first name. I just remember his name, Gordillo.
Yeah, Gordillo. He played for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Played against him for Scotland. We played Spain at Hampden. Qualifying for the 86 World Cup. Couldn't work him out. I mean, I'd never seen the guy. I knew nothing about him before we played them. And I couldn't work him out. He's the only guy I've never been able to work out.
Really, the only one?
Aye.
Well, and part of what made him a really difficult player to play against was if you looked at him,
oh, he didn't look like that.
Doesn't quite look like that kind of player. And he would play with his socks down to his ankles, and it's just kind of sort of a tall, lanky
leg.
Yes, lanky legs, and then all of a sudden he would get going, and you just it was like awkward angles, elbows everywhere, arms are kind of flying, and yet he's by you. It's he was a difficult player.
You know, like a boxer, where they're coming away over here and hitting you from different angles.
Yeah.
His shoulders
Yeah.
throw you all over the place. Just physically, the way he was made up. You know, generally when you're playing against somebody and they do things the first time you come up against them, then you go, right, okay. There's little pointers and signs. But this guy's shoulders were all over the shop and his legs were all over the shop. And I could never figure out if he did that, he was going to go that way, or if he did this, he was doing that. Couldn't work it out. Couldn't work it out.
Nice stuff. All right.
He was incredible.
Thank you.
Gordillo.
Thank you so much for your questions. We'll do it all again tomorrow. Big weekend ahead. Make sure to be with us on ESPN FC.